Deus Vault, my fellow gamers. Thought I'd come at you and kind of pimp a product here. This is something I've been using for years and it is fantastic. So foam putty from Woodland Scenics. A lot of people probably don't know about this. This thing, it has been out for well over decades, and I absolutely love it. It's the best thing since sliced bread, really, as far as modeling goes. So let's crack it open. This is a brand new jar that I got, or tub. I did not know at the time that you could actually reconstitute it with water. My original tub, I had used a bunch up and it was about a third full, but it was cake, like a cake thing. I could rattle it around inside the jar. And later on I discovered you just need to add water to this. Not too much or else you have it a slurry. But just add water and you can reconstitute it. So, very simple procedure here. Just wedge a sculpting tool up there, or screwdriver, whatever you have. Pry this bad boy open. And what I do, since we're miniature guys here, I just scrape the top of its stuff first. But let's go into here. Okay. And just a white stuff. And what I'm going to do, I fill a bunch of cracks with this stuff. You can do anything with it. The thing with this stuff is it doesn't shrink. None of that shrinking garbage going on. This stuff fills gaps, and you can create like diorama bases and everything with this. This is really used for those people that do the model railroads. They want to do some undulating hills, some banks, anything like that in their setups. They use this stuff. This stuff is fantastic. So here, what I'm going to do, I have a series of these guys, and these bases have this really annoying gap in here. Okay, you can see how big that is. So I'm going to fill that up with this stuff. If you guys are used to the old Games Workshop models, whatnot, with the slot bases, not all slotters are created equal. So with the tab underneath the miniature, some of them you would have to cut them short. Some of them you would have to file flat on the long side so that they fit in it. But regardless, on most every one, you'd have two little ends on the angle that would be empty. And that's where this stuff is magic. What you would have to do, though, is put your finger or something up underneath where that gap is, to where you're not constantly filling a gap and the material's falling down off. And this will dry. See, just get a little bit in your spatula and just start applying it on the angle. Spreads much like your favorite peanut butter, a little bit softer. And like I say, it doesn't shrink, which is awesome. I'm looking at you, green stuff, liquid green stuff. Normal green stuff, it doesn't shrink. So the Kneadatite's good. But that liquid stuff is hot garbage. But so's the stuff it was formulated to fix. I'm looking at you, fine cast garbage, produced by a garbage company, and at exorbitant prices. I remember before I sold my Tau army, which I did enjoy Tau, they were the few army, that was, I think, the only army that didn't incorporate skulls. It's like, come on, GW. So I have a little bit in there, little bits and stuff, but like I said, this dries and it can be sanded, it can be sculpted. Bruh, you can do anything with this. And it sticks really well. So anyway, back onto my tangent about the Tau. So back before I sold Tau, there was a character that was exclusively made in fine cast. I could not get away from it. And since I'm a completionist and that character was pretty cool, I had to get him, and he was $25 by himself. Yeah, I forget his name now because I think I've put all of my Games Workshop memories into repressed memories. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Get those memories lost. So, I do still have a Tawanar Supremacy suit because that is, just awesome, and a blatant ripoff of the Robotech Monster 2, the Mac 2 suit. Not suit, it's actual giant freaking artillery piece. So, yeah, just see, that's it, man. Just go around, fill that gap, and see now when that dries, which isn't going to take long at all, I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut off if there's any ridges or valleys that I don't want. I'll cut those out. Very easy to do with an X-Acto knife. And like this little excess piece there, if you can see that, I'll just dig that out, and I'll be able to prime these guys, and they're gonna have a flat, smooth base, mostly smooth. The thing is that ring will show up when you're putting your ballast on, when you're putting your flock on. It will show up. It will look really awkward on the model. It won't look good at all. So to clean it up, use some of this foam putty, and you could use this foam putty on all kinds of different things. To be honest with you, I don't know if I've made a model of foam putty or not. I probably have because I love this stuff so much. But yeah, fill in cracks, sculpt and carve, sand, smooth. It totally sands. The one thing though is that it cures with a porous texture. So if you're trying to sculpt onto a smooth object, it will have a toothed texture versus a smooth texture. So keep that in mind. If I definitely wouldn't fill cracks, like say on my Goofy Warlord Titan, I wouldn't fill cracks with foam putty. I would still do that with Kneadatite and get that nice smooth, fine, flat texture, because this will not keep a smooth texture like the outside of its canister here. It will be porous. So anyway, you guys take it easy. I'm gonna finish these cats up. These things were murder to clean. Several mold line paths on these. I think they had most of them had 3 to 4 mold line paths. Really drove me crazy, especially going over the hair and whatnot. The way that they sculpted these top knots, they're not easy to cut off the miniature. They're sculpted right on the back of it. I would have to do a bunch of mess just to get them to look decent. But yeah, so I'm keeping the top knots on, and I think this will probably be my only little batch of these wraiths. So anyway, you guys take it easy, and I'll talk to you later. Carry a liaison.